let us begin by looking at Part A questions. In Part A, we will be looking at skills in describing trends and in justifying trends. First, let's look at A1. Describe the trend in world sugar prices from August 2018 to August 2019. So as you can see, August 2018 to August 2019 covers the full period that is given in this figure. So which means the question requires you to consider the trend over the full period. So for questions that are on trend, which are of 2 marks, you would need to have firstly, a general trend, which looks at the overall trend over the full period, and a refinement. So for the general trend, we generally use a best fit line to determine the change. So we can see here that in general, there has been an increasing trend. So the overall trend will be an increasing trend between August 2018 and August 2019. However, when we look at the refinement, we would need to look at situations where the price of sugar may have risen at a much faster rate compared to the general trend, or secondly, anomalies where the price of sugar actually fell even though the overall trend was an increasing one. So the refinement in this case could be firstly, a sharp increase in sugar prices in this period, okay, from September 2018 to October 2018, or you could look at an anomaly where the sugar prices fell during this period and this period. So you could say that the world sugar prices fell between October and November 2018, as well as between March and May 2019. A2, with reference to extract 1 and using a supply and demand diagram, account for the above trend of world sugar prices. So the above trend in world sugar prices shows that sugar prices have been increasing. So there's an increasing trend. And we need to make use of evidences given in extract 1. So all evidences that you use for this question must be from extract 1. Number 2, you must use a demand and supply diagram. So it is a requirement, a necessity for you to use a demand supply diagram, and you need to account for this. So account here basically requires you to give reasons. What are possible reasons for the above trend, for the increasing trend in world sugar prices? Okay, so in extract 1, paragraph 4, we have some demand factors. So you need to choose any one factor. So you could talk about rising incomes in India and Indonesia, resulting in higher purchasing power and rising demand for sugar, assuming that sugar is a normal good. All right, and this has caused the demand curve for the sugar to shift from D0 to D1 to the right. Another possible factor that you could talk about is the increase in consumption of sugar in Africa that is driven by vigorous population growth in the continent. So the vigorous population growth in Africa has resulted in a larger number of consumers for sugar. So the market for sugar has expanded, and this has resulted in higher demand for sugar, causing the demand curve to shift to the right from D0 to D1. So ensure that you make reference to the diagram as you are explaining the demand factor. Next, let us look at the supply side factors that could have accounted for the higher price of sugar worldwide. The first factor that we can consider is given in extract 1, paragraph 2. Here we can see that the price of sugarcane, which is an essential factor of production used in the production of sugar, has gone up due to poor weather conditions. The unfavorable weather conditions have resulted in a fall in the supply of sugarcane, and the lower supply of sugarcane have resulted in higher prices of sugarcane, causing an increase in the cost of producing sugar. The higher cost of producing sugar results in sellers willing and able to sell less sugar at each price, causing a fall in the supply and therefore a leftward shift of the supply curve from S0 to S1. The next factor is related to the higher price of oil given in extract 1, paragraph 3. With the higher prices of oil, more and more producers are moving to ethanol production for the production of energy. Ethanol production as well as sugar production both require sugarcane as an essential factor of production. With the higher demand for sugarcane for ethanol production, more and more sugarcane is being sold to ethanol producers, resulting in less sugarcane being available for the production of sugar. So as a result, there is a fall in the supply of sugar, resulting in the supply curve shifting to the left from S0 to S1. We will now make use of the demand and supply diagram to explain why the world sugar prices have increased. As this question focuses on prices, it is important for you to make sure you make use of the price adjustment process to explain the increase in price. As we have seen, there is an increase in demand from D0 to D1 and a fall in supply from S0 to S1. This gives rise to a shortage at the initial equilibrium price of P0. Now, this shortage can be shown by QS and QD. The shortage will exert upward pressure on price, and as price increases, the quantity demanded would decrease and the quantity supplied will increase until the shortage is eliminated. And once the shortage is eliminated, a new equilibrium price is established at a higher level at P1.